Page 20. My wife can see a blonde hair on my coat from 20 feet, but she hits the garage doors when she parks the car. Next defenders to safeguard their family's survival. They need to be able to pick up small changes in the behavior of their offspring, offspring, offspring that could signal pain, hunger, injury, aggression, or depression. Male being launchy, male being launchy chasers were never around the cave long enough to learn to lead no verbal, non-verbal, verbal, 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 verbal signals or the ways of interpersonal communication. Neo, neuropsychologist Professor Ruben Guo of the University of Pennsylvania used brain scan tests to show that when a membrane is a latent state, at least 70% of its electrical activity is shut down. Scan of women's brains showed 90% activity during the same state, confirming that women are constantly receiving and analyzing information from their environment. A woman knows her children's plans, hopes, hopes, dream, romance, secret fears, what they are thinking, how they are feeling, and usually what mischief they are plotting. Men are vaguely aware of some short people also living in the house. The eyes have it. The eye is an extension of the brain that sits outside the skull. The retina, the retina at the back of the eyeball contains about 130 million rod-shaped cells called photograph photoreceptors photoreceptors to deal with black and white, and 7 million cone-shaped cells to handle color. The X chromosome provided these color cells. Women have two X chromosomes, which gives them a greater variety of cones than men. And this difference is noticeable in how women describe color in greater detail. A man will use basic color descriptions like red, blue, like blue, red, blue, and green, but a woman will talk about aqua, teal, mauve, and evergreen. Human eyes have have noticed ever, white, which, which other primate lack. This allows for the movement of the eye and the direction of the gaze, which are vital to human face-to-face communication. Women's eyes display more white than men's eyes because close-range personal communication is an integral part of female bonding, and more quiet allows a greater range of eye signals to be sent and received in the direction that the eye moves. This type of eye communication is not critical to most other species of animal, and so they have little or no height and rely on body language as the main form of of communication. Eyes in the back of her head were not quiet but closed. Women not only have a greater variety of cones in the retina, they also have a wider per, per, peripheral vision, peripheral vision than men, as a native depender. A woman has brain software that allows her to receive an arc of at least 14.5 degrees clear vision to each side of her head and above and below her nose. Many women's per- peripheral vision is effective up to almost 180 degrees. A man's eyes are larger, 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 larger than a woman's, and his brain con- confu- configures, 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 and them for a type of long distance tunnel vision, which means that he can see clearly and accurately directly in front of him and over greater distances, almost like a binoculars. Women have wider peripheral vision. Men have tunnel vision. As a hunter, a man needed vision that would allow him to zero in on and pursue target in the distance. He evolved with vision almost like a racehorse with blinders so that he would not be distracted from targets, whereas a woman needed eyes to allow a wide arc of vision, so that she could monitor any predators snaking snaking up on the net. This is why modern men can find their way effortlessly to detect the pub, but can never find things in fridges, cupboards, and drawers of child pedestrians killed or injured on the road. Boys number girls to one, 2 to 1. Boy pedestrian fatal fatalities and injuries are more than double that of girls. Boys take more risks crossing the road than girls, and this, combined with poorer peripheral vision, increase their injury rate. You can increase your peripheral vision range with practice. Just as fighter pilots do, the arc of person's peripheral vision can also increase under life-threatening circumstances. During a prison riot at Australia's Pest Prison in 1999, 1999, 1990, 1990, 1999, inmates had several prison riot prison officer hostage. They announced that unless their demands were met, the offers would be killed. Prison officer Lance Freeman reported that until that time, he had typical male tunnel prison, having survived the incident. His peripheral vision had increased to almost 180 degrees. Because of the trauma of the event and the fear of, of being killed, his brain had expanded his vision range to monitor anyone trying to sneak up on him. Why human eyes see so much? Billions of photons of light equal to 100 megabytes of computer data strike the retina of the eye every second. This is too much for the brain to handle. So it edits the information to only what is necessary for survival. For example, once your brain understands all the colors of the sky, it selects only what it needs to see. The color blue. Our our brain narrow our visions so that we can concentrate on a specific thing. If if we are searching for a needle in a cafe, we have a more concentrated narrow field of vision. Man's brains being pre-wired for hunting see a much narrower field, women's brain decode information over a wider peripheral range because of their path depending the net. The slippery case of the missing butter. Every woman the the world had had the following conversation with a male who is standing in front of an open fridge. David, where's the butter? John, it's in the fridge. David, I'm looking there, but I can't see any butter. John, well, it's there. I put it in 10 minutes ago. David, no, you must have put it somewhere else. There's definitely no butter in the fridge. At that, John slid into the kitchen, thrust her arm into the fridge, and, as if by magic, produced a stick of butter. Experienced men sometimes feel that this is a trick, and they accuse women of always hiding things from them. Socks, shoes, underwear, jam, butter, khaki, khakis, wallet. They are all there. They just can't see them. With a whole wide arc of peripheral vision, a woman can see most of the content of fridge or cupboard without moving her head. Men move their head from side to side and up and down as they scan for the missing object. These different in vision have important implications throughout our lives. Car insurance statistics for instances show that female drivers are less likely to be hit from the side at an intersection than are male drivers. drivers. Women's greater peripheral vision allows them to see traffic approaching from the side. They are more likely to hit the front or back of the car while attempting to parallel parallel park. Parallel park. As that challenges their less developed spectacle, special, spectacle, special, spectacle. A woman like life, life is much less stressful when she understands the problem. Men have seen things that are close at hand. When a woman tells a man it's in the cupboard, it is less stressful for him to believe her and continue the search. We can't go on meeting like this, Goldie. One day, Sam might take the blinders off. men and ogling. Why the peripheral vision is the reason why women rarely get caught ogling men. Almost every man has been accused at some time or other of ogling this opposite sex, but few women receive the same complaint from men. Sex researchers everywhere report that women look at men's bodies as much as, and sometimes more than, men look at women, yet women with their superior peripheral peripheral vision rarely get caught.